In today's video, I'm going to show you how to set up a meet in Meet Manager for the AAIS Swim League. Okay, first you want to open your AAIS Swim folder, and you want to find the meet template sent by the chair, make a copy, and paste this into the folder, and then you want to rename this file whatever your meet is. So let's just say it's Marymount versus Sacred Heart, and the date. So January 15th, 2018. Once you have your file, you can go ahead and open it into Meet Manager. So you open your Meet Manager, click yes to back up the database, okay, okay. Great. And here you're going to import your Meet. So you go to File, Open New, and we need to find the file you just named. So that was on my desktop in my AAIS Swim folder, Marymount versus Sacred Heart. Select it, hit Open. Great, now you'll notice at the top that it says Marymount versus Sacred Heart and the date as the file name for Meet Manager. So next step is Meet Setup. In Setup, Meet Setup. Here I need to change the name of the file inside of Meet Manager. So it's a Marymount versus Sacred Heart meet. It will be at Sacred Heart's pool. So I change this. And then I need to change the date to the date of this one meet. So start date, January 15th. End date, same day, January 15th. And then when I'm done with this and it looks correct, I can hit OK at the bottom. So now if you go into Setup, you can see that it's now called what it is, the Marymount versus Sacred Heart meet at Sacred Heart with the correct date. So that's important so that both the file inside and outside of Marymount is correct. Next, File Import. We need to import our rosters. So rosters only. I'm going to go back to my AAIS Swim file where I keep all of the roster files for each team for the season. So it's Sacred Heart. I need them first. You can click OK. There's the high-tech file. Open. OK. Yes or no, it doesn't really matter here. Yes. Great. And I need to import the other team, so back to File. Import rosters only. And I'm back to my AAIS folder. And I need to find the Marymount, the Marymount roster. There it is. Open. Okay. Select the high-tech file, hit Open. Okay. Yes. Yes. Great. So now both teams' swimmers have imported into this file. So next step is I'm going to go over to Run along the top. So Run. And here is my meet, so far unseeded. So now I need to put the swimmers in the events. So first step is to select the event. Let's just start with the 200-yard freestyle. And then I want to click on this bottom menu here where it says Adjust. So now I select my school. Let's start with Sacred Heart. And then below are all of their swimmers. So I'm going to grab the girls and just sort of double click on them and they pop into the event. So I pick my 3 girls, or 2 if you're swimming a 4-lane meet. Same thing, I go back up to the, I can drag them around to their lane they want to be in. Make sure that they're in the right lanes. Then I can select the other team, Marymount, and I do the same thing. I select my 3 swimmers. And the same idea, you just click on the name and you can drag it over top of another swimmer to switch lanes and get your lane order correct. If for some reason you don't see the athletes at the bottom, it's possibly because you have Hide Athletes bubble filled. So you want to make sure you have, yeah, it would look like this if you hide the athletes. You want to make sure you click Show Eligible Athletes. Once you're done, you click Save, and there we have it. That event is now seeded. So you'd go through and you would do this for each of the different events. So one by one. Same thing, adjust for each one, select the teams, put the teams in, etc. So let's go ahead and see how you would add a second heat for exhibition swims. So I want to go back to adjust, and at the top, next to save, it says add heat. So I want to show my eligible athletes, and same thing, I'm going to pick my schools, and I'm going to put in the swimmers who are swimming as exhibition swimmers in heat 2. I can drag them to the lanes just like before. Great, and when I'm done, I can click Save. And now you'll see over to the right here, you have 2 tabs, 1 and 2 for heat 1 and heat 2 that you can toggle between. So seating a relay is also the same thing. You go to the relay, you click Adjust, you enter your teams, you just click on them and it automatically will put A, B, A, B. Drag them around for whatever lane order configuration you're hoping for. And when you're done, you click Save. And then to add the relay names, I want to click this thing that says Rel Names near Adjust. And now I see all of my swimmers for Sacred Heart that are eligible for the B relay and A relay and Marymount. So same idea as before, I click on the swimmers to put them into the A relay. Here are my 4 swimmers. And then I can drag them on top of each other to change the order. And I would do this for each of the relays so that all of the relays have the swimmers' names included in the results. Great. So now let's say that the meet is happening and it is time to enter the results. So you go down here to the bottom part and you click your cursor in the finals time and you can type in the time that the referees bring to the table for each of the lanes. So I'm just coming up with arbitrary times here for each swimmer. Let's imagine this last one got disqualified. So if that happens, you check the DQ box. You can try to click score after this, but it won't let you actually score this heat because, so see it says I'm not allowed to score because I didn't score the second heat. Oops. So I hit OK. I toggle over to heat 2 up on the right there where it says 1, 2. And heat 2 is my exhibition swimmers. It's very important that I make sure to check the exhibition box for each of these swimmers' names so that their times are included in the results, but their points are not included. And then same as before, you enter the times. And now I can score this event because all the swimmers now have times, both heats. So I click score. It automatically pops up the score results sheet. We don't need this for our league, but it's a nice way to check that you got everything correct and that the points have been distributed correctly. You can close that out when you're done. So now you'll notice that in the top it's purple, it says scored, and that event is now complete. You would do this obviously for each of the events until all of them show as scored. So now I'm going to pull up a completed meet to show you how to export results. Okay, so now I've opened a different meet that's already completed. This is the Marymount versus Burley meet. So if I go back to run, Now I see that all of the events are scored, the times are entered, and the scoring points have been distributed. So to finish up, I need to go to the top menu where it says Reports. And I click on that. And then I want to go down to Results. So here I need to hit Select All at the top, which will select all the events from the meet. And I need to make sure that I have everything at the bottom that I want. So go over to Include in Meet Results, Entry Times, Athlete and Relay Points, and then include team scores for female. That's all we have in our meet. This is all good. Then I click on Create Report. It pulls me up to this PDF, which you can check here, but you also need to export it from here. This is not quite the final step. So top menu, you've got Export Report and Print Report. So we're going to click on Export Report, Adobe PDF, okay. All the pages, okay. And now you get to decide where you want to put it. So I'm going to put it on the desktop, and I'm going to rename the file the name of the meet. And since this is for the video, we'll just give it a fake name. But normally you would put Marymount versus Brearley and the date. Results. Save. And then once that's saved, I can close this pop-up PDF and close the results and close out of Run. And I want to minimize Meet Manager. I'll be using it again. So there's my file on my desktop, Marymount versus Brearley document. It has the points off to the right, all the times for all the swimmers, including exhibition. Great. So back in Meet Manager, I have one more step. I go to File, Export, Results for Swim Manager. Click on that. This is how I get my Meet Manager file. So I want to make sure I've got all teams selected, relays plus athletes, including splits, and then I hit OK. Export finished. Great, OK. And it's saving it to the C Swim Meet 6 file. That's fine. Great. So all you need to do now is go and find that file. You can rename it the meet's name if you like, but that file plus the PDF both need to be sent to the swim chair and the opposing team's coach, and within 24 hours of the meet. Thanks.